All right. In fact, let me go back now to Mr. Zilberman. Let me quote to you one of the doctors who is working at Al-Shifa. They are saying that your Israeli claims are an outlandish excuse and are only meant to starve the Gazans of the last refuge they have in the north of Gaza.
I think that we have all seen the proof that we are not talking, out of our imagination regarding the abuse of infrastructure and even hospitals. You've just shown the video from Rantisi Hospital, and we know of other hospitals, and Al-Quds Hospital. So it is nothing that we are inventing. That is almost a common knowledge that there are bases of Hamas inside of Shifa Hospital, above ground, and especially underground. So this is the main issue that we need to resolve in order to push forward and to move on with the attack, in order to eliminate the threat of Hamas to our citizens. At the end of the day, this is our main goal, that Hamas would not be able to put another threat on the citizens of Israel, as it happened on the 7th of October, the massacre that caused the murder of more than 1,400 people.
Yossi Zilberman, even if there are Hamas terrorists inside the hospital, for the Rantisi Children's Hospital, for example, but you do know that there will be babies, there is the neonatal ICU there will be collateral damage. There will be children who will also be casualties. You're ready for that?
Listen, Israel is a country that is following international law. We're not a terror organization. This is why you are listening now to recordings of our men speaking to the heads of the hospital. We are actually literally giving incubators, mobile incubators, to Shifa Hospital in order to move out the baby.
But my question is different. My question is different. The fact is that life-saving equipment such as incubators have run out of fuel. Generators are not being run. As far as Shifa is concerned, 32 people, including 3 premature babies, have died in the past 3 days. Do you think all of this is brushed off as collateral damage? All right, we will just try and fix that audio with Yossi Zilberman again. But let me again take you to another report which was released by the IDF, where they are talking about a particular underground room that was discovered, where they say that a motorcycle was also found. There was a possibility. Let's play out that report, and then I'll go back to Yossi Zilberman. But if you could quickly finish your point. If you could quickly finish the point that you were making. I was quoting details of how 32 patients, including 3 premature babies, have died in the last 3 days.
I think that the casualties caused in Gaza are on Hamas. We need to understand that we are trying to avoid civilian casualties. This is exactly the difference between us and Hamas. We are not aiming at citizens. We're not aiming at civilians. Just a couple of days ago, the European Union issued a statement, a collective statement by all the foreign ministers, calling for Hamas to stop using hospitals and civilians as human shields. The world understands that. We are fighting a fierce terror organization that is not putting aside any effort in order to save itself. The people of Gaza are none of its interest. This is something that you need to understand once again. Even though they are perhaps both Palestinians, Hamas knew when they were going to cause this massacre on the 7th of October that it will reflect as well on the people of Gaza, and they simply did not care. And this is why we are trying to uproot Hamas from Gaza, and it is a very painful process, but we cannot allow that 1,400 people that were massacred, that this event will happen again. You have to understand, India is a vast country with more than 1.5 billion people in it. Israel is less than 10 million. When I'm telling people that 1,400 people were murdered and massacred, you need to understand that most of us know someone who got killed, murdered, raped, or been kidnapped to Gaza. This is the magnitude of this event to the state of Israel. And in order for us to give security and safety to our civilians, we need to eliminate the threat of Hamas from Gaza forever. And the cost will be painful, but we cannot get to the finish line without reaching this result.